everyone, and welcome to Torch and Key Divine Messages. I am Morgan, your divine messenger, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about intention setting and some advice that I have based on personal experience. Now, this may be a several part series of videos because there's a lot of things that I have learned when it comes to manifestation and intention setting. So we'll see how far we get here today, and then if there will be a second one, I will try to keep them all linked together and put in a playlist for you guys, and then I will add it to the video for you guys. So when I first got into intention setting was actually before my spiritual awakening, and I don't remember if that's what I called it because it's been a really long time. It was freshman year of high school, and I am 28 now, so it was a long time ago. Back when The Secret came out and became this huge thing, and everyone was doing like the law of attraction. And that really did click with me about thinking positively and rewiring your thoughts to be optimistic. I feel like that really had a very deep impact on me. And once I had my actual spiritual awakening, which was in the summer, early fall of 2018, as you can see in my first story video, I do talk very in depth about that. I realized the law of attraction is just an extremely simplified version of spellcraft from witches. And there are some other beliefs that overlap with this as well, but from my personal experience and viewpoint, intention setting is very, very similar to being a witch and trying to get your way through your words. So intention setting is just as easy as literally saying or writing down what you want as if you already have it or it's already coming to you. So when you say things like, I want insert here, it's possible that it will come to you, but it's less likely. It's more likely that you say, this will happen and so mote it be, or so it is, or my will be done. Some people don't even put like a little ending, they just say, this is happening. The end. Thanks, universe. And yeah, whatever resonates with you as far as the prayer, I suppose, for lack of a better word, the spell. But it is also more complicated than just saying certain things when it comes to grander scale intentions. And there's also a lot of fate and destiny involved. So we all have free will, we do. But sometimes the free will that we have is in reaction to what our fate is. So it's not to say that, you know, the universe rules you entirely, but there are certain events that I believe every soul has to go through in a lifetime, and it depends on like what path this lifetime is for you, which is where looking at your astrological natal chart or doing a tarot reading would actually help you gain insight on, I guess, kind of a lot about your fate and the energy you're working with this lifetime. But when it comes to intention setting, those things really do affect whether or not you are successful, because there are certain things that you need to learn, and sometimes you have to learn through struggle, through strife, through things going wrong or the way you did not plan, from having a lack of control. Basically everything that human beings fear, you have to kind of go through and make it work for you. But there's another side to this, that people don't truly talk about as often, I believe, and it is about actually aligning with what you truly want and figuring out what that is. So when I first got into all of this, I thought I knew what I wanted, and I was like, I must have this thing. But I didn't end up getting it. And I know why. I know that it would not have served me, that it would have actually taken me down a path I didn't want. And I kind of talk about that in my first story time as well, or maybe it's my third, one of my story times. I talk about what it was like to try to manifest something that never came. And you start to question a lot of things, because if you've done this at all, if you have ever set intention for yourself or tried to manifest something, a lot of us will agree that when it comes to small things, it's like magic, like literal magic. I mean, because it is. But you ask for like a good parking spot at the grocery store, and there it is at the very front. You ask for a new laptop, and suddenly someone's like, hey, I ordered the wrong laptop, and you're just like, what? Like it literally is so uncanny and creepy in the best way possible. But when it comes to large scale things like finding your soulmate, or finding your true purpose in life, or whatever area that you have most struggled with attaining, like your biggest, dearest wish, there's a lot more work that goes into it than just writing a sentence and burning it in a flame and putting the ashes on your altar. Like, it's just, there's a lot of work, because you have to be your truest self. At least in my experience, all of my friends who are in this, all of the people I admire who have done this, their biggest manifestations that they have been seeking for forever rarely come until they have done a lot of spiritual work. And it doesn't mean work necessarily in the physical plane, although that does go kind of hand in hand a lot of the time. Like, if you want to be like I wanted to be a best-selling author, it's really hard to do that if you haven't written a novel, right? Like, so there has to be some work on your part. Where the universe comes in and helps you out is once you've written and worked your ass off at this book and you send it to an agent, it'll align you with the right agent that will then align you to the right publisher that will then align you to the bestseller list, right? But in the first place, you have to make sure that that is the path that you want to take. Like, you can reach down as deep as you want, but until you realize what subconsciously is affecting you, like you may think like, oh, I've been wanting this my whole life, so of course I want it. Question everything. I had been wanting to be, the reason I used the novel thing is I had been wanting to be a novelist for my entire life. And I'm not saying that I never will be, but I kind of pigeonholed myself into it and made it seem like that was the only thing I could ever do, and that I could never be good at anything else, that it was the one thing that anyone ever gave me any credit for. So I went after it believing that it was the only thing that I was good at, but also to prove something for all the naysayers telling me that that was an impractical path. And you know, there was just a lot of things behind it that were not my purest self asking for it. And I realized that it was not my only purpose. It was not even my purpose, really. It was just something that got me to where I needed to be. And sometimes what you're wanting is going to get you where you need to be. So there's nothing wrong with not knowing. It's just that you have to understand if you don't get what you want, if you have a failed spell, you need to really analyze why you wanted that thing in the first place and whether or not it really would have actually served you. So if you wanted to be with a certain person and you've been pursuing them for a long time and they just have never really liked you back, it's like, well, don't you deserve somebody that actually wants you back? Don't you deserve someone who aligns with you, that you don't have to like try so hard to get their attention? Shouldn't you have somebody who wants you just as much as you want them? And maybe you wouldn't have learned that until you realized, oh, this person doesn't want me, and that you feel that rejection. And then you dive deep into that pain and you say, okay, pain, what are you trying to teach me? Why was this not for me? And the great thing about it is that by learning that writing was not my only calling, I actually ended up being on this beautiful journey of self-worth, because like I had mentioned, I thought that was the only thing I was good at. I thought that was the only thing I could ever be good at. And I noticed how much I was sabotaging myself, telling myself that, oh, this is it, that's all. And if I fail that, then I guess I'm just a waste of space. And, but by opening myself up to the idea that maybe there was more, and if I just dug deep, I could find it, not only am I in such a better space now, but I actually found what I really, truly wanted without anybody else telling me what that was or affecting me when I went after what I wanted. So intention setting can be really complex. As you can see, there's more to it than just writing it down on a piece of paper. When it comes to your grandest wishes, it is all about actually truly believing that you can achieve it, for one. And for two, it is knowing that you are asking for something that you truly want, which then involves trusting yourself. So I feel like the next few videos on this, I will probably be talking about how I slowly have been learning to trust myself and to trust my desires and to go after them, and how that's really helped in getting me this far. And also talking about words and energy and how to use them to your advantage when intention setting. I did already make a video about the energy of words, so I will add that to this list of how to set intentions, so keep your eye out for that. And if there's anything else that I come up with intention setting, I'll try to make sure that they're all connected in a series. But if you have any questions on anything that I said today, or you want to talk about your own story of how you overcame the struggle of manifesting your greatest wish, please leave it in the comment down below. And if you liked this and want to see more from me, please subscribe and like the video. And I hope to see you next time. Much love and blessings.